I would like to thank you for Professor Michelle for inviting me to this conference. Actually, we met in 2018 in Shanghai during the Sino-US Innovation Summit. And in 2019, we also met in Leo Catholic University. So I'm really glad that we have the continuing conversation regarding what we thought about the future. So I think you have already briefly introduced me, so I will just give you a quick idea. Actually, I have 12 years of experience of qualitative research, and I learned about future thinking in 2018. And what I'm doing now is trying to connect insight with foresight to understanding the futures. That's why I co-founded the FuturistCircle, a futures community, and also futures consulting company called Future Matters, try to bring future thinking to individuals as well as organizations. Give you a brief introduction of FuturistCircle. It is a future folding network in China, try to connect global futurists, transporters, innovation leaders, and change makers, because we want to empower future explorations in China to help shape and co-create more friendly futures. So you can have a brief idea what we have been doing. We will organize futurist talks. We will attend future conference. We will do global trend safari. We will do future envisioning workshops, all kinds of activities, try to make future thinking root and also grow in China. This will bring us to the topic I'll be sharing today, because in 2020, we try to ask ourselves a question of the future. Is what will be the future of social relationships? If we're talking about relationships, we can see that everyone are seeking for different forms of relations across our whole lifetime. If we try to categorize the main connections or the relationships, I would say there are 5 types. First is the ties of the blood. Connected to our families. The second is geographic connections, people from the same region, same place, or maybe our hometown. We try to connect with each other. And the third type of relationship is colleagues or alumni. We work in the same place or we study in the same place. That's why we form a certain kind of relationship. And then the fourth is shared interests and hobbies. And the fifth is the intimate relationships. That's a 5 key relationship we'll try to understand their interrelationships. If we think about these relationships and thinking about the traditions in China, I try to draw them in such a diagram. In China, in traditional China, we live in an acquaintance society. Think about yourself as the circle in the middle. You try the connection you have is your family or your extended families or people from your hometown or people from the place you live. And then it extended to others. So all the relationships is like layers. If give a metaphor, it's like ripples. It's from the central and to the second layer, to the third layer, to the fourth layer. That's why relationship is really important in China. But what we have observing is the traditional ties and relationships are really weakening. There are several drivers for this kind of change. For example, urbanization. Many people have moving from rural areas to live in the urban. So their traditional ties with the local people, with their original families are being cut down. And also about our lifestyle. For example, we travel a lot. We live in different cities, we travel to different cities. Actually, our life is really in a fluid lifestyle. And also this means our original connections with the families are being weakened down. For example, for me, I live in Shanghai, but my hometown is from Lynn and Zhejiang province. So I didn't see my parents every day, or even I even see less of my relatives. That's why my connection with them is weakening. And another way is previously for our parents' generation, they work in a big companies. So they really make good friends with their colleagues. They stay in one company for maybe 10 years, 20 years, or the whole lifetime. But look at now, for the young people, they change work very frequently. They even become freelancers. So their connections, their ties with their colleagues is also weakening. And also about digital lifestyle. Actually, yeah, technology is good because it brings us all convenience, but we have less chance to meet people in person and to really talk with and to spend a long quality time with them. Maybe when I meet him, like when I try to schedule my weekend, maybe I need to meet 5 friends in one day and one friend 1 hour. So that's why the connection with friends is also being weakening. That's why I was thinking, what will be the potential future scenarios? Maybe everyone will be socially isolated. Everyone become one or atomized. Think about the Japan. So they have a movie called, in Chinese they call it 无缘社会. It means like a socially isolated society. People may even die alone in their homes. So we are thinking that whether this is our desired future, absolutely not, right? And also what's interesting is another potential scenario is what Michael has shared about decentralized and automated crypto world. People are, the key slogan is don't trust, verify. So I think it gives us another way of thinking about the future life. But we are thinking, is there new possibilities for future relationships for us to connect with each other in new ways? So what we are observing is interests and hobbies are rising as an important force to reorganize our attention and the relationships. I think behind this trend is also a lot of drivers and factors affecting this. For example, the economic development in China, many youths can trace their dreams. They don't need to work for money. They can work for self-actualization, and they try to follow their passion and do what they want. And also thanks to the technology, I think everyone is able to use technology to empower themselves, to make use of the technology to make money. And also about the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in China. Even the people's newspaper, like the government paper, encouraging the trend of slasher use, because it encouraged young people really to develop their different skills, different hobbies, to explore different careers. So to release their potentials for innovation. So this is really a big trend in China. That's why if you look at the original relationship we are talking about, we can see, okay, the type all the different other types of relationship is weakening, but we see a rising of the shared interests and visions. That's why we try to envision a future scenario of interest shared society. I think the patterns is similar to the critical world. It's more decentralized, but it is more widely connected. So the key idea, another question is, how will these shared interests and visions shapes the future of our life? I would like to share 3 points. One point is, what we observe is shared interests and visions is the catalyst for releasing one's potential and for them to embracing multiple life. I give you an example of my friend. Her name is Marcia. She is the full-time employer of Google Shanghai office. So you can look at the first picture. Maybe she works in such a office just like everyone. But during her spare time, she also co-founded a community that help women to empower themselves, called I'm Remarkable. So for this community, they will organize different activities and events to empower women in different aspects, in career, in self-development. And then meanwhile, she is also interested in explore spiritual life. That's why because Google has a policy during the COVID-19 year that they can work from different locations. So she didn't need to stay in the office. And she chose to be a digital nomad and explore her interests in villages, in the sea, along the beach. So she really have the possibilities to explore different facets of her life, and I really admire her for that. So that is one trend we call super individual, because with the help of the technology, with the help of the platform, more and more people can explore different lifestyles and be themselves. And the second,
we need to move.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you say a few words to finish before the end of your speaking time?
Yes, I think I will finish 2 points. I won't give you examples, but 2 points, and then I will finish. Okay. So the second point is shared interest and visions is the force for social innovation in China in the forms of community and decentralized autonomous organization. And this is another example. If anyone is interested, I will share with you later. And the third point is shared interest and visions is the new path for brands to incubate innovation and reshape their relationship with consumers. I also give you another example of the hotel. So if anyone is interested, please let me know. I will share with you during the chat box. Okay, that's all.